Hi everyone. We've got some newish speed cameras down here at the end of the M57, and they seem to have done the job. Everyone nowadays is slowing it down to the 50 limit when it changes, and again a little bit further up it changes to 40. People are slowing down in good time. It used to be an absolute rat race down here. If you were in this left lane and wanted to turn right towards Ormskirk, it was a nightmare getting across. It's a lot easier now, as you can see. All the traffic is moving at a similar speed, and that makes things safer. Now, these have done the job that a lot of people would have taken on their own shoulders. What I mean by that is, many people do report different traffic offences. I've reported a few, especially when I've been out on my push bike, but honestly, I report very, very few. It's not something that I commonly do. I'd be spending most of my time, if I was honest, filling out reporting forms if I was to do it for everything that I saw. But some people do report stuff in a higher regularity, and one of my viewers has sent in a number of clips where every single one of them is an example of one of the times he's reported someone to Operation Snap. Let's have a look at these.
I'm going to start off with two clips from the 15 that weren't prosecuted. The traffic's heavy because of a set of temporary roadworks that we can see up ahead, and someone doesn't want to queue. I've blurred all number plates and faces in the whole episode, at my viewer's request. This clip again was rejected by the police, and it's someone being impatient and overtaken from the opposite direction. I think my viewer invited this by trying to let the pedestrian across. Let me know what you think. The rest of these clips were successfully prosecuted. Look at the space the driver had to tuck in behind the lorry. And from the videos I've shown over the last couple of months, hopefully you'll understand that was a really dangerous place to be. Another white line crosser, this time from ahead, overtaking the queuing traffic. This one's for people who think undertaking won't get them a prosecution. I do think the solid lines had something to do with this emerge being prosecuted also. The traffic's heavy and there's an emergency service vehicle coming, but it's the vehicle that follows the emergency service vehicle that got prosecuted. It's the vehicle overtaking that gets the prosecution this time, but it's a fair bit further up. But it's for going across a solid line again. Pretty obviously it's the vehicle catching my viewer from behind, and it's what they do at the roundabout that gets them a prosecution. I'm not giving out any excuses here, but my viewer does seem to be very slow. This is a 30 limit from what I can tell. What's your thoughts on that clip? There's nothing recognisable at this distance, but there was a little earlier on in the clip, but there's no need for me to show you that. It's the van in front, and they again go across some solid lines. Some heavy traffic up ahead due to some temporary lights, and my viewer's going to hold back and let this lorry out. But it's the bus driver behind that's not happy with my viewer's actions, and they get impatient and jump the red light. The lorry emerges and then wishes to turn left before the temporary lights, so my viewer again holds back. Possibly the pressures of time. This driver behind performs a risky overtake. And I'm thinking this pedestrian on the left that walks in between the cars may have had something to do with the decision to prosecute. Did you know parking on zigzags can bring prosecution? And to finish, we have this. Don't forget all of these clips apart from the first two resulted in a prosecution.
Now, my viewer did also give me some information behind this reporting process and why he does it. So I think it'd be only fair to have a look at his reasoning.
This is Chris's email. I'm not going to go through the whole thing and read everything out. Feel free to pause and have a read yourself, but I will leave all of this in the description if you'd like to read it after. There is one section I am going to read though, and it's this. It is, in my opinion, that the only way people will learn is to be caught and dealt with appropriately. If enough people get into trouble, slowly but surely things will start to improve. People moan about the police not doing anything, but then they don't use the very valuable resource that is Operation Snap. It's the only way to really fight back against the dangerous and inconsiderate motorists out there.
So like I said, I've rarely reported people, but I have, and the process to report to Merseyside Police has been fairly straightforward. The form takes probably 5 or 10 minutes to fill out. And if the police, when they take a look at what you've said, require your video evidence, it's an easy job to upload this video evidence, and then they get back to you whether or not that they're going to proceed with notice of intended prosecution or anything further. It's that straightforward. You don't find out exactly what happened, but you have to tick a box to say that you are prepared to go to court. I've not reported anything to Operation Snap. I know that can be or maybe a little different, I don't know, please do tell me. But regarding reporting, it's a personal thing. I've said already that it would take up a huge amount of my time if I was to report everything that I saw. Is it my responsibility? Well, yes it is, but also no it isn't. That's the police's job. Like I said, it's a personal thing. If you decide to report, great, I see the benefits of it. But for me, my name is associated not just with myself, but it's associated with many other driving instructors who work under my banner, and I would not put them in a situation where they're targeted because of something that I do. It's bad enough with the rubbish that I put out on YouTube. They're already on a higher pedestal, so that's one of the reasons why I don't do it. There are many, but if anything was serious in nature, I wouldn't hesitate and I'd happily go to court over it. But like I said, it is a personal thing. I'd like to know in the comment section whether you report or whether you don't, and please give us your reasons why. This video is being put out or made to show people what kind of offences can be reported, and to show people who do offend that there are people out there who do report. So double-edged good for me with this one. Like I said, it's a personal thing. Leave it up to you, but I'll be interested to know your views on it. Keep safe everyone, and don't get reported. I'll see you soon.